back to the Amanda Seales Show. It's Amanda Seales here, and it is time for
I be knowing.
So I don't know about y'all, but I've got a lot of change happening in my life right now, just all at once. And some of it, of course, is stuff that I just knew was coming, but then the other stuff is stuff that I just didn't see coming. And so I feel like I'm having to just really be graceful with myself and conscious about the fact that it's something big. It's big change. So I need to not just muscle through it, which is normally what I would do in the past. Normally in the past, you're just like, oh, we got to do it. So suck it up and go through. And then on the other side of that, you end up with a panic attack or depressed or overwhelmed because you didn't really deal with the emotional part of change, just the physical and mental part, which is physical, which is the physical, your body doing the change. But then also the mental part is oftentimes just the logistics, right? Whether that's moving or reorganizing things or doing administrative changes to things, etc. But the emotional part is just as important because shifting and changing, et cetera, are not necessarily things Americans are the best. I mean, not just Americans, but humans are the best at. It's not necessarily something that we're great at. And just me as a person, Amanda, I am a fairly rigid person. So being flexible, adjusting to things is something I've had to work really hard at. So I found myself just being more conscious of the emotional part of change. And then I got to tell you, when I started doing that work, it allowed me to really better analyze what is going on. And one of the things I asked myself is, what is associated with this change? And when I asked myself what was associated with the change, I realized how many of the things that are associated with that change have already changed. I am just catching up. And I know some people might feel like that puts you behind, but actually for what it did for me was it made me feel like, oh, the path is already laid for me because the change has already happened. And so I don't need to muscle my way through or, I'm from West Indies, so I'm from the Caribbean. So I don't need to get to the cutlass and cut my path through in this particular case. The path has already been cut and I just need to go with the flow. And I know for a lot of people, change just feels like this isolated thing that you're going through. But sometimes if you just take a moment and get in the stillness and look at the actual environment and the climate of the change, you may be surprised how much of it has already been shifting in your favor. And hopefully that can ease your path.
I be knowing.
We'll be right back to the Amanda Seales Show. Keep it locked.